This month, everything could be gayer. Hi! Hey! Hi! It's me, your Void. It's Pride Month! Well, it's about to be Pride Month, and for that I'm going to read all the gay books, because fuck yeah. I mean, I'm genuinely trying to read the gay books, but I mean, what better time than to do it right now? I am incredibly sorry if you can hear this background noise, but my neighbors decided to do some weird construction right now. Very rude. So yeah, I decided to be gay about my reading this month, so I've decided to read the rainbow, if you will. I picked up a red, an orange, a yellow, a green, a blue, and a purple book. They are all from queer authors. They all feature queer characters and or storylines. And yeah, that's about it. So to begin with, we have a red book, and for that I picked up Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. It's a stretch to call this a red cover, but it's red enough for me. In this one, we follow a trans character who is being turned into a bioweapon by a cult, I think. All I know about this is we have a trans main character, we have an autistic main character. It's about religious trauma and finding love in the apocalypse while you are being turned into an eldritch monstrosity. There you go. And I'm really looking forward to this, because if there is one thing I love, it's a story about religious trauma and a story about weird body horror, and in this one apparently we have both. Next up, Orange, which is another cheaty take on the color, with Teacher of the Year by insert author name here. And in this one we follow a teacher who desperately wants to win an award to help out the school he's working at. And then a new school year starts, or a new student shows up. Anyways, a new student appears, and this new student has a very attractive dad. We go from there. Both of these characters apparently fall in love in a very cute and wholesome and healthy way. I've heard good things about this. The first time I saw this book being promoted was a guy on TikTok screaming at me, "Did you know that teachers can have sex?" Honestly, I was sold from the first second. But yeah, that's this is kind of an orange. It's an orangish color. Hold for plain. Yeah, orangish. I asked a couple of friends if this counts as orange. They said yes, I take it. It's orange. Next one. For yellow, I finally start venturing into the depths of the yellow sapphic trifecta we had a while ago with the Jasmine Throne, where we follow two characters in an, I believe it was Indian-inspired magic fantasy world thing, and we follow a disowned princess of sorts and a simple servant girl, and I believe they plan to overthrow the government, because what else are you supposed to do, right? And yeah, the Jasmine Throne is part of the yellow sapphic trifecta, together with She Who Became the Sun, I believe Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm not quite sure, but there were 3 yellow books and they were all sapphic, and this is one of them, so I'm going to read that one. Then we come to green, and for green I'm going to read Wicked Beauty, the 3rd installment in the Dark Olympus series by Katee or Robert. This is a retelling of something. I believe we follow Achilles and Patroclus as they fall in love with Helen. This time it's not Helen of Troy though, just Helen. And there's some sort of competition going on, I think. I don't know. But yeah, we have a throuple between Achilles, Patroclus, and Helen, and it's the hand. Apparently there's some sword crossing going on. I mean, we all know Achilles had the hots for Patroclus. We all know. Next color in the rainbow is blue, and for blue, I'm going to read Blackheart Ghosts by Laure. I'm very excited to read this one. This is a retelling of the Arthurian legend. I can't tell you a lot about the plot of this book because it all hinges on what happened in the last 100 pages of book 1. So you have to read book 1 for yourself in order to figure out what this is about. But this is an impeccable setting. I love everything about this setting, and the characters are amazing, and the best part, everyone is queer until proven otherwise. You cannot change my mind on that. I love it. It's a really good book. I'm really looking forward to reading this because, oh my god! Our main character in this installment of the book is GAYEST, former champion of the king, and they have retired and they don't want to do anything even remotely official anymore, but then things happen and now they have to go back to their life in some sort of official capacity. And from what we've seen from them in the first book, this is going to be very fun. Mostly for me as a reader, not so much for GAYEST. And the last book on this TBR has to be purple, and for the color purple I chose to read Thieves and Monstres by Clio, the sovereign of monster smut. This is another Greek myth retelling, sort of. This is the first installment of the Three Fates Mafia, and in this one we follow 3 guys who have been cursed to fuse together every now and then into a creature called Cerberus, and we follow someone who is, I think she's tried to steal from them. Yes, she tried to steal from them. She got caught, and now she's getting punished by Cerberus. What more can I say? Probably going to be very steamy, with very interesting body parts. It's a Clio Evans. That's what you have to expect. So this is my TBR, it's 6 books, and as I've said before, all of these feature queer characters, queer storylines, and all of these authors are somewhere under the rainbow. We have trans representation, we have polyamorous representation, we have gay representation, we have sapphic representation, we have it all in here. We have non-binary characters. I tried to have as many different labels in this TBR as possible. I think I did a really good job. So we have different gender identities, we have different sexualities, and we have the fucking rainbow in here. Sue me, please don't. I'm a millennial, I don't have the money to get a lawyer. I'm trying to decide what book I should hold up for this next part, but we have a mini round of the Adventure-a-thon going on too in June, where you can read some books to earn gold between rounds. It's 100% optional, you don't have to do any of these. But if you want to have more gold for your Adventure-a-thon things, you are welcome to do so. The prompts are in the Discord. I will link it down below. And I'm going to fulfill one of these prompts. We have 4. We have one main quest for each of the paths you could take. You know what I mean when you do the Adventure-a-thon thing beforehand. But yeah, in the end we had 4 different paths in a little cave situation, and depending on what path you take, you have a quest you can do. Again, it's optional, you don't have to do it, and we have 2 more bounties for you to fulfill. I ended up taking path 2 because I like to punch things, apparently, and so does my character! And for that, the quest is to read a book that has a battle scene, a war, or is set during a conflict. So now I'm debating on what to hold up for this because they all fit this prompt. We have the apocalypse in this one, and if this isn't the biggest conflict you can have, I don't know what is. If you have read any of the Dark Olympus books, you know that in this city, everything is a conflict. Everything is a struggle to survive. In a political sense, yeah, but it's a conflict. And this one specifically, I think even has a contest in it, like an actual contest. That's a conflict. Contest, conflict, same thing. Then we have Blackheart ghosts. That's a giant-ass conflict, my man! I expect things to happen, and even if the isn't the main focus of the book, the way they write laws is decided in the fucking gladiator arena. conflict much. If you try to steal from someone and they then move on to punish you, that's a sort of conflict, right? Right. Teacher of the Year is, I think, the only one that doesn't have a conflict in it, because it's described as like a very cozy, very open relationship thing. Although one of our main characters has anxiety issues, and I think that is a battle in and of itself. And then the Jasmine Throne. Again, they try to overthrow the government, if I remember correct. So, conflict! And now my hair looks all fucked up because I cannot stop shaking my head. I have a lot of floof on this head, okay? Not a lot inside the head, but a lot on the head. So yes, a short and sweet TBR stack video, whatever the fuck. I'm really looking forward to reading all of these. And even though this bitch is really, really gay, as the wise Thomas Sanders once said, it could always be gayer. For a moment, I contemplated making the 7 books because I have another book that I really desperately want to read, and it's pink. So it technically could fit on here. I think I'm going to expand this. If I can read all of these books, if I can read these 6 books and I still have enough months left, I think I'm going to add a light blue colored one, pink one, and a white one. So I have the trans flag in there as well. But yeah, that's it from me. Remember, children, things could always be gayer in your life. But that's it. See ya. Bye.